Good morning, guys. Oh, excuse me. Good morning. Let's have some water. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. Good morning. No worries, Joshua. I actually, when I went live, I forgot to include this page, so that's okay. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning. Hope you guys are ready to get the day started. I know I am. Hope you had a good day on yesterday. Um, yeah, I helped a missing dog yesterday, runaway dog. Let me tell you, for those that don't know, I adore animals. Okay, except for spiders and snakes and frogs. Okay, and I got to play with a dog yesterday, and he fell out on me. He licked me. He sat on me. He let me feed him peanut butter. Like, it was the best thing ever. He never met me a day in my, but a car almost hit him, so he came up on my porch and we played with him until the owner came looking for him. He was the cutest thing. All right, so that was a good day for me yesterday. I enjoyed that. All right, so today, guys, let's get started with the Fearless Morning Show, and I have two quotes for you today. Let me do the introduction. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we're having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Please make sure you share the show. Don't forget about the YouTube channel, the podcast, the books, the movie, all the things. Thank you, Joshua. Joshua's on it this morning. So please make sure you share the show. And if you do, please tag me so I can properly tell you thank you, because I greatly appreciate you even thinking enough of me to share the show. So, all right, the quote of the day, we have two. When you focus on mastering your mind and thus your perceptions and perspective, you discover different paths in the landscape of your possibilities. When you focus on mastering your mind and thus your perception and perspective, you discover different paths in the landscape of your possibilities. That's by Christine Andress. My last position I had, we had a book club, and if y'all don't know, I do have a book club. It's called Sister Rise Book Club, and we read a lot of mindset, business, self-help books. But this book was at my corporate job, and we had a book club. Oh, where's the camera? It's called Leading Women. And I love that quote. And the title of this chapter is The Power, Perspective, and Perception. And I think this quote goes hand in hand with what we're going to talk about today. When you focus on mastering your mind and thus your perception and your perspective, you discover different paths in the landscape of your possibilities. And that's by Christine Andress. And yeah, I love that too. The landscape of your possibilities. The second quote is, see yourself as the creator of your own destiny, knowing that you have the power to shape your future and achieve your dreams. And that is, of course, from my favorite book, The Awakened Woman. I love that book, and the quote comes from out of there. See yourself as the creator of your own destiny, knowing that you have the power to shape your future and achieve your dreams. So those are the two quotes of the day. And today, y'all, we're going to talk about standing still. And y'all probably heard me say this before. I really wanted to talk about trust, but standing still kept coming up to me. Yesterday, we talked about God meant greatness on display. And who are you going to be if you're made in the image of the Creator? Then you are His greatness on display. What are you displaying today that the Creator put inside of you? So greatness on display is God. And the question was, who are you going to be? Who are you going to be? And we gave the square up exercise. Like, in all of these relationships, mental and emotional, What am I displaying in all of these things? And then flip it over. If I had greatness on the display in all of these areas, what would it look like? And before we can acknowledge our greatness, we've got to get to the root of the problem. We have to first begin to become aware of the story that we tell ourselves and understand how we get to telling that story and hanging on to it. And we may doing it by saying, I never, I can't, I shouldn't, I suck at it, I wish, I don't. One day I'm trying. Remember, we're not saying trying, we're doing. We're not saying, we're not going straight to can't. We're going to try to can. We're not going to go straight to could not. We're going to try to could first. But God stands for greatness on display. Good morning, Tiffany. And I don't know who said that, but that acronym is not mine. I read it or heard it somewhere. And if we are made in the creator's image, then we are his greatness on display. And are you displaying the greatness of the creator today? Who are you going to be? That was yesterday's thought of the day. So go back and watch yesterday's show. I think I posted it up. So today, y'all, we're talking about standing still. And I thought about this because I wanted, like I said, I want to talk about trust, but standing still became just more of a dominant thought because some of us are standing still, but we are questioning ourselves on why everything is not moving, why we're not further ahead. Why don't we have a better job? Why don't we have better relationships? Why don't we have all of these things in place? But are we standing still? Are you standing still and asking for things to move forward? So picture Michael Jackson. Remember when he used to lean forward and like he was about to fall over? And it was his special made shoes that kept him stable, that kept him in place. Are we doing the same thing? Are we standing in place, leaning every which way, assuming we're moving, but we never pick up our feet to move? We've never picked up our feet to do anything. Never. We haven't even thought about. We'll lean into that direction. I'm going to lean into the direction of understanding this. And I'm going to lean into the direction of maybe figuring this out. And I'm going to lean into the direction of this, but we're not moving. We're actually standing still. But we begin to ask questions like, I'm moving, but why everything else is not moving? And so now the question becomes, did you pick up your feet? Did you actually take a step? Are you actually moving, or are you thinking about moving? Are you play moving? Meaning you're leaning and going, but you're not really going anywhere. Some folks have standstill language. They're never going to move. They're never going to move. They're never going to take the thought process any further. They're never going to think that they can achieve this thing. They're never going to move forward on it. They're just not going to, period. So are you standing still, and are you the one that has the standstill language? Are you like yesterday, you lead with the negative, I can't, I shouldn't, I wish, I'm trying? Have you ever put anything into the affirmative, I am, I will, that will actually cause you to move a step? Or are you leaning into everything first? Absolutely, Joshua. And some of us, we don't realize that because we're moving, like I'm leaning in every direction, but my atmosphere is not changing. The results are not changing. And so your next question needs to be, are you actually picking up your feet? So square it up today and look, and let's label this one standing still. Where are you standing still in these areas? I promise these are things that I do and questions I ask myself every day. Because there are layers to this. And the more that I grow and the more that I learn, the more I grow and the more that I learn. And the more I find out about my thought processes and my habits and the things that work and don't work, and am I using a standstill language? And some of us, we're standing still, assuming we're moving because we don't trust the process. Trusting the process is hard. Trusting the process is hard because we don't trust ourselves to make the right decision. We don't trust ourselves to make the right decision in this process, or to make the next right play, or the next right move, or to say the next right thing. And so, because we don't know that, or we don't trust ourselves with it, we stand still. We do no movement. Absolutely, Joshua. Slow and steady. Your words will reflect the energy you present. So you can talk, but are you doing the thing? Absolutely, Joshua. And here's the quote from JoJo. Do you trust your fear more than you trust your faith? Do you trust your fear more than you trust your faith? Let me put it in the simplest of terms so that we don't make this big. Yeah, I don't know why my eyes are itching. Let me make this easy. You know, you get in a car and your gas light come on. I became an expert at this when I didn't have money. And I wasn't even making it paycheck to paycheck. I became an expert of knowing how far I could get on empty with my car. And some of us have more faith in our car taking us across town on empty than we do in the Creator making a way for us out of this situation, or the Creator giving us abundance, or the Creator doing more than, or whatever it is that we're asking and thinking and believing for. We have no faith in that, but we have faith in a vehicle that has no gas to get us across town. We have more faith in that. And you brag about that. Girl, I know how far I can get on empty in my car. I know what I can do with this car. I know I can make $1 holler. I can squeeze a dime, pinch a penny. And you're proud of your appearance of lack, but you don't want to acknowledge your abundance that is around you every day. And you may say, well, JoJo, that like it's so hard, I don't see the possibility of any abundance around me. We've got to start with the basics then. You are alive and well. Your body is functioning, and you still have, that means you have another opportunity this day to make a difference. At Joshua, your words, honey, your actions will make a lot of your words every day of the week. So, do you trust your fear more than you trust your faith? Your words will reflect the energy you present. And the trusting process is hard because we don't trust ourselves to make the next right decision, because we are assuming we have that fear that, well, maybe if I wait, I can make a better decision. Well, maybe if I wait, I will have more information. Maybe if I wait, I will have this. And so you have the fear of you're going to miss out on something. And so you don't ever make a decision. Good morning, Miss Lowe. Absolutely, Joshua. So some of us are standing still. And we're standing still, assuming we're moving. We're standing still, but we're questioning why we're not moving and why we're not further ahead. Like JoJo, I don't know why I'm not further ahead in my career. I don't know why I'm not further ahead in my job. Like, I'm a good worker. I show up every day and I do all the things. Why am I not getting further ahead? Because you're standing still and you're doing this. And you're not really moving because you didn't actually pick up your feet to move. So in your career, it could look like you telling them, I've done this. I'm ready for more responsibility of this, and show that you're ready for that. It could be you spruce up your resume and go find that job that will allow you to be and do what you want to do. It could be you start that side business so that you can do what you want to do because you are expert at what you want. It could be you saying, I'm not going to stand still and do something about your finances. You're not standing still. I'm going to release this weight. Today we eat right, guilty. Tomorrow we don't, guilty. Honey, guilty. Because I had French fries yesterday. That right. There's no right, Joshua. And so you're exercising, but you're not where you is anything changing. So some people have standstill language. So standstill language is I would if I could, but I can't. Girl, I tried that. It don't work. Yeah, I can't do that. I ain't that smart. Girl, I can't do that. I'm overweight. I can't do that because I have asthma. Oh, I'm diabetic. My kids, they got issues. So no, girl, I can't take them out in public. And you take away everybody's power to be different when you honor their limitations. I like that. You take away other people's power when you honor their limitations. So and I don't know if we even know that we automatically are limiting our children with that. Do we know that? Do we know that we're doing that? I had to make sure I typed that up. Do we know that that's what we're doing? Like when you tell your kids, you can't do that, girl, you know you big. You can't do that, you know you have asthma. You can't do that. Why are you insisting that your children honor their limitations? Why? Some folks have standstill language and you're passing it down to your children and you're showing them, and listen, I'm guilty of all the above, of pretending to move when we're not moving at all. We haven't moved a bit. So we're standing still, but we're questioning ourselves on why we're not moving and why we're not further ahead of where we need to be. But are we really moving? Are we really doing something? Sometimes we don't trust. We trust our fear more than we trust our faith. And why is that? Why do we trust our fear more than we trust our faith? Because we are more familiar with our fear. We are so much more familiar with our fear that we don't even know how to begin to trust our faith. I like that. So on this great day, and it's going to be, today's Friday. It's going to be the most amazing day ever. I want you to think about, are you standing still today? And if you're standing still, what are you pretending to move at that you're really not moving? Am I frozen on this side, y'all? I can't tell. I can't see the comments. So on this wonderful day, the quote of the day, we have to see yourself as the creator of your own destiny. knowing that you have the power to shape your future and achieve your dreams. And that is The Awakened Woman. The second quote, The Power of Perspective by Kristen Andres. When you focus on mastering your mind and thus your perceptions and perspective, you discover paths in the landscape of possibilities. What are our possibilities saying to us? Like, what are they really saying to us? By Kristen Andres. Okay. I had to log into here so I could see the comments, y'all. Because I was like, it's frozen on my end. So I just wanted to make sure. Thank you, Tiffany. So on this lovely day, make sure that you're not using standstill language. And if you're questioning why you're not moving and why you're not further ahead, are you the Michael Jackson, in his special shoes, moving forward, but not really moving? You have the appearance of movement, but you're not actually picking up your feet to do anything. And why are we using that as our starting point? Like, when are we going to actually move? And we need to trust the process. You need to trust, and I know that's hard because you haven't made these kind of decisions before, or if you have, you've been criticized because you've made a decision. So now you're kind of scary about making it. Honey, trust yourself to make the next right decision. Period. Trust yourself. I don't want you to trust your fear more than you trust your faith. And we do that sometimes because we're more familiar with our fear and we don't know how to begin to trust our faith. Absolutely, Joshua. One moment, one decision. The next, as Oprah says, the next right thing. Just the next one. If that's just getting up, washing your face, brush your teeth, that's the next right step. The next one will come to you. Be mindful, pay attention if you're around people who have standstill language. And then if you're the person who has that standstill language, right, you're free to change. You don't have to. But know that if you choose not to, you are now showing your children, your family, your friends, not only how to honor their limitations, but you are taking away their power to move themselves. So you're taking away their power to make a decision to live differently than you. If you're using standstill language, or if you're choosing to honor your limitations and you are giving those to your children, girl, you can't do that because you got asthma, don't. Your knees bad, you got a bad back, you're overweight, you don't eat this. And if you're starting with a negative when it comes to them first, you are forcing them to live your limitations. Include your niece, your nephew, your mama, your sister, all of them, all them families, all the things. And you're taking away their power because you assumed you didn't have any, and you're forcing them to honor your limitations. And we wonder why our kids are mad at us, why they're angry, why that I can't stand my mom or my sister or my cousin. It's because you're trying to force your limitations on them when they don't understand that there's limits on themselves. So they're trying to live out their whole best life. But because you have a standstill language, you're putting limits on them, especially children, all the way up to 17, 18. Honey, they are listening to you tell them what they can't do, and every day you're beating that into their head. So the moment they decide to do something different than you, it's going to be hard for them, or they may never get out of it because they want to please their mama or their daddy or their aunt or their uncle so much that they will stay in that limiting belief, stay honoring their limitations because they don't want to hurt your feelings, because they don't want to be more than you, because they don't want to be disrespectful, because you taught them to honor their limitations. Absolutely, Joshua. Do not project. And if I don't share anything else with you, please be mindful of how you pass that along to your children and what that looks like. Please, I beg you. So today, if your kids whatever illness they have. Honey, what we don't do, I don't honor my children's illnesses if they had any. I tell them what they can do. We don't talk about what we can't do. We have a dream folder. When they were younger, they had dream folders. And every year they would put more into their dream folder. Whatever it wished that they wanted to be that year, whatever they wanted to do, whatever it was their dream folder they could put in there. And we could work to make that happen, or they could work with it. But we had that free space to dream. I gave them that. I don't want them to honor my limitations. Please go further than me. So we don't honor illnesses. We don't honor sickness. We don't honor negative mindset, because there's no need for that. I want them to have more faith in their have more faith in the trust that they have in themselves than the fear. And some of us were more familiar with our fear because we don't know how to begin to trust our faith, whatever your faith is. Absolutely, Joshua. And what you will find is we will become grown adults, angry and mad with parent issues, calling it toxic relationships, when they didn't trust themselves to make the next right decision. They only understood standstill language. They trusted their fear more than they trusted their faith. And because that's all, and there's no shame, because that's what they knew. But in that, they insisted that we don't go any further. And then we hold on to that. And then we become grown adults and we don't know how to handle or deal with that. Like, I could have been further along, but no, I had to listen to my mom. I had to do this. You got to let that process go so that you can go, grow, and do. And you need to have more faith in your trust in your faith than you do your fear. So on this lovely day, I hope this has helped somebody today, guys. If it has, please let me know. Please make sure you share the show, because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Tomorrow is Saturday, so we will do, and I will ask you guys every Friday if you want to do the Saturday edition of the Fearless Morning Show. So if you like, we can do that. If you want to take a break, I'll let you guys decide that. In the it's just a weekend review where we go over the quote and the thought of the day. I'm trying to figure out with this software how I can have people come on. I haven't figured that out yet, so I just may do it from my phone, so that we can do that. So we had 2 quotes of the day. See yourself as the creator of your own destiny, knowing that you have the power to shape your future and achieve your dreams. And if that's not a good one, I don't know what is. Can I post it in there? See yourself as the creator of your own destiny, knowing that you have the power to shape your future and achieve your dreams. And that is in the book, The Awakened Woman. Have a good day, Miss Lisa. Y'all have to look down because my phone is here. The second quote is, when you focus on mastering your mind and thus your perception and perspective, you discover different paths in the landscape of your possibilities. Period. So as you look at the landscape of your possibilities today, know that you can do whatever it is that you want to do. If you choose not to do it, I don't want it to be because you are honoring your limitations. I don't want it to be because you honor your limitations. Period. Today, I want you to exercise your faith. So on this wonderful day, please make sure you share the show, because sharing is caring. And if you guys want to do the Saturday edition, let me know. And I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But today, do some movement today. Take a step forward towards something that you thought you couldn't do. Take that step today. Just a baby step. It ain't got to be a leap. It ain't got to be a fly off the cliff. It ain't. Take that first step. You know, like a baby, they take that first step. Your ankles are weak because they're not used to you moving, right? Good morning, Margaret. Thank you. Your legs are not used to you moving that way. Give your legs time to sturdy up and hold you and support you. But you got to do that by taking a step. Don't be Michael Jackson standing in one place, assuming you're moving and you're not moving anywhere. And you're mad because the current reality is not changing or you're not getting the results that you thought you want. Actually pick up your feet and move. Okay? Thank you, Joshua, for sharing. So on this lovely day, trust the process. Trust that you will make the next right decision. Do you trust your fear more than you trust your faith? And we do that because we're more familiar with our fear and we don't know how to begin to trust our faith. And don't take away other people's power to be limitless because you choose to honor your limitations. So on this lovely day, I hope you have the most amazing day ever. And I'll see you guys here bright and early tomorrow morning for the Saturday edition of the Fearless Morning Show that we can review. And it'll be here bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Have a good day, guys.